is up, you motherfucking marks? I don't know why I'm so loud right now, but
Adam. I gotta get a neck brace for next week.
I know. Ham bone.
Hammy. If you get a neck brace, bro. Oh, that'd be funny as shit.
Now you gotta.
That'd be funny as shit. You gotta commit to the bit now.
Yeah.
That'd be funny as shit.
You're not neck strong. You're Nick strong.
Okay.
We need that shirt right now.
Yep, there you go. There's a shirt.
That's one of our shirts right now, bro.
What's up, fellas?
I don't know, man. How about you?
Not much, brother. Another weekend gone.
Indeed.
How are you guys?
Chilling.
Tired. I'm good. I woke up from a very much needed nap not too long ago.
Feel that.
So I feel recharged.
I could always use a nap.
Shouts out to naps, bro, because when we were children, we did not appreciate them the way that we should have.
Hell no.
Shouts out to naps. A scheduled and think about this: a scheduled nap with no responsibilities when you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we appreciated that when we had it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Shouts out to naps.
It really is my favorite thing, like to just on a Friday night, just know that I don't have to get up for nothing tomorrow.
I ain't got shit going on that day.
I don't got no nothing. I don't got to get up for nothing.
I love it.
I want to.
Well, unfortunately for me, we have a dog, which really shouldn't matter, right? Shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Still get to sleep in. My dog, unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with his internal fucking clock, but it's very, very what's the word? It's just very on point. So every morning, if I'm off, 7:30 on the dot, he's waking me up.
Our dogs usually start their shit about 4 or 5 in the morning, but
wait, start their shit.
So two of them sleep in crates.
Okay.
And one of them sleeps on the bed with us.
Is there a reason why?
The two,
Is there a reason why?
The two that sleep in crates we've had since they were puppies, like we bought them as puppies, and we crate trained them.
Gotcha.
The other one that sleeps in the bed with us, he was like 8 years old when we,
gotcha. Okay.
Adopted him. He was already potty trained, all that stuff. So that's the only reason.
Gotcha.
They're just used to it now.
Right.
So they start their shit, and by start their shit, I mean about 4 or 5 o'clock. They start whining because they want to go outside and they want to eat. Because usually they eat at like 5 p.m. for dinner too.
Right.
So about 5 a.m. they're hungry again.
Yeah.
But I very rarely ever have to deal with it because my wife always gets up with them because she goes to sleep much earlier than I do.
Okay.
So she'll be asleep. Honestly, like we'll be watching TV and like 7 p.m. she's knocked out.
Got you. Okay.
So 5 p.m. 5 a.m. she's good to get up. Whereas I don't go to bed till 10, 11, and I sleep like shit anyway. So.
Okay.
Oh, well, those are our sleep habits for anybody wondering. If you wanted to find out where we live and rob us or something.
Oh, man. Nick, does your cats have any strange habits that, in terms of just letting you know that they need to go out? Well, they're cats, so they're going to go in the litter box. But do they have any strange tells that they always let y'all know every day?
Oh, they chew on anything when they want food.
Like, they'll
chew on like cords, like
yeah.
They'll chew on cords. They'll chew on like anything that's like on my, like when I sit on my couch.
Yeah.
I like a little nightstand or like a side table, whatever it is you want to call it, and like they'll just like start pushing stuff around and move stuff. It's like because they want food, but like now we got them on a schedule where they only eat 2 times a day, in the morning and at night. So like now they're even more like pissed off at us because we just don't have food laying around for them all the time. But yeah, they do that shit. So they don't really go outside, like you said, because they go to litter boxes and stuff like that. But they do like to push you around and chew on shit when they want food. So
we are on a bit of a side quest here, but like I like it. I was kind of grandfathered in as a cat owner, if that makes sense, because it's my mother-in-law's cat. But these last couple of weeks, she's been really, really, really becoming attached to me to the point where she follows me literally everywhere I go if I'm not sitting down. She sleeps right behind like my computer. or on my clothes. Like she's my cat.
That's fine.
So what she does, first of all, that chewing shit. Yeah, she's got this thing about plastic. I don't know why, but she really plastic.
That's that noise. It's that noise.
See, but the
that
noise
crackling noise
freaks her out, but she'll still chew it. But like she chews my fucking cords. Like when she's hungry, she'll just like meow really loud, like really fucking loud. But like when she's hungry, it's like the hungrier she is, the longer the meow is and the louder it is. So it's like she's like, you really feel like she's talking to you. It's crazy.
Yeah. Ben gets along with the cats. Yeah,
bruh, it really is like a like that cousin that's like y'all are always like
they got a love-hate relationship a little bit.
Basically, you know what I mean? Okay. So like, at first it was just like we had to keep them separate, but now like we could like leave them in the house by themselves and they're fine, but like they just fuck with each other. You know what I mean? Like she punches, right? She has claws, but she doesn't retract them for him. She'll just punch him. So like
she comes up with those skibbity pats.
One time, like last night, we were sitting on the couch. It was like me, Sheila, her mom, and the cat sitting right next to me. And then Finn's laying right next to me, but like he's so tall that like his head's right next to the cat. Cat looks over at him, just starts punching him. Boom, boom, 2 times in the eye. Or like if the cat's, because Finn's so big and the cat is so small, let's say she's just walking, he may be laying down, he'll wake up, he'll see her run up, and he'll just knock her down and then just keep running. Shit like that. It's pretty funny.
Cats are just ballsy, man.
Cats are very ballsy, bro. They don't give a shit.
So before we get into headlines, before we got on here, I was talking about my friends and I doing our fantasy league. And Con, you said you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, give me hip, because I'm not familiar with that.
So you know how, and I'm sure that Nick knows, people who are into sports, a lot of them do, fantasy football. Sure. You like draft your own team and all that stuff, and you compete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and my 2 buddies were not sports fans, but we are wrestling fans. So a long time ago, we decided that we were going to start doing our own fantasy league, but with the 2K game that comes out. So basically, every year, we get the new 2K game, and we put everybody who's on the roster on a list, and we basically get together for a day, and we have a draft day, where we go one by one and we draft our own rosters. And then we all went in on a replica belt together. And every month we get together. And, if it's like this time it was Payback because that was the last WWE pay-per-view. Right. So we did that, but we have our own feuds. And we use our rosters to feud with each other. And we compete for all the titles. And then whoever at the end of the night pulls the most titles in the game, walks out with the replica.
That's cool.
Interesting.
That's cool shit.
Okay.
Y'all do it in GM mode?
The same thing, huh?
Y'all do it in GM mode?
No, we just do match by match.
Okay.
Mm.
Nice.
And then I mean, when we do when Royal Rumble comes around, we do a Rumble in December. Brody Lee died in December, so in December we came up with a tournament called the Brody Lee Tournament, where we take guys who are underused in our game and we put them in a tournament together, and whoever wins gets an automatic world title shot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we just little shit like that, we just make up our own league basically. So
fuck yeah.
That's
it. All right, you guys ready to get into some headlines?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Did we talk about this when the headline came out, or did we kind of just like skim it?
This came out like right after we did our show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it happened like literally Sunday night or Monday morning.
It's one of those things like, and Con, like we've just been teased so many times with Vince McMahon being taken down.
Yeah.
And it just never happens. But I do find it very interesting that he's selling all of his shares. That is interesting right there.
Yeah. We had a conversation about this in our group chat, and I really think him selling his shares is the like kind of the mutual way of them parting, so to speak. Yeah. So they don't fire him, they don't cast him out to be this like awful person or anything. They just want this to mutually end because they don't want him around anymore. And despite having, what was that guy's name? Ari from Endeavor. besides that little interview they did where like it was like, oh, we gotta have Vince McMahon like on the team because he's Vince McMahon, like blah blah blah. Like I think a bunch more shit came out and Ari was like, yeah, no, you gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's interesting about it too is, I mean, TKO publicly came out and straight up said he's a liability to us.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
They just said it in plain English. Like, Vince McMahon's a liability.
Yeah, that's nuts. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting that he would willingly share them, which part of me doesn't think it's willingly. Part of me thinks it's just like
kind of force
it out.
We're gonna fire you.
You get out, or we force you out for real, and we like cast your name, like cast you with 1,000 stones or whatever you want to do. But yeah, I feel like this is maybe the end though. Like I don't think this is tease anymore. Like you were saying, I don't like if he's doing this, he doesn't own the company anymore. If he's selling all his shares now, he must be out of there now. Like he must be really just,
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
that's definitely what it feels like. Because when we were talking about it, I don't remember what I said specifically, but I mean, basically just kind of mimicking what Hamlin said is like, yeah, we've been teasing with this type of shit for like a while, like a long time. Yeah. And I mean, recently I saw a headline, well, not a headline, but like an article. I forgot what it was. I saw some article where Vince McMahon basically was like, yeah, like I'm never giving up this company. You're going to have to, I guess his words were, you're going to have to pry it out of my cold dead hands. So it was just like,
yeah, I think going nowhere. That article where he was telling Kurt Angle he was going to live to 120.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, they're going to have to take the company from my dead hands.
I pretty much, when he came back, I don't know if I don't even remember how I felt when he came back, but I know I definitely accepted like, okay, he's not going nowhere, bro. That's just what it is. But then seeing this was just, it was a little bit shocking to me. But I think when we talked about it in our Plain Event Mafia chat, it was just like, okay, yeah, this makes sense to do the deal with him first, and then be like, hey, yo, we got to talk to you.
Yeah.
Khan, as you know, as a longtime fan, as I am, how do you say he does get forced out? Like, how do you feel about it? Especially with it not being owned by them anymore. Like last year was a little different. He was stepping down, but he still owned the company. The McMahon still owned the company. Yeah. Now it's different. Like, how do you feel about that?
It's surreal. It's pretty surreal because our entire lifetime, the WWE's always been owned by a McMahon. So to live in an era where that's not the case no more, and to live in an era where we witness that transition, it's pretty crazy. Vince McMahon is synonymous with WWE. The name McMahon is synonymous with the WWE. And to know that they're not owned by McMahon anymore, and it's not, it's essentially like, it really is the end of an era. But I'm looking forward to see the direction that it's going now that they have, new owners. But it is pretty wild to see.
Yeah. There's I both feel excited, but also like, what's the word I want to use?
Not concerned.
Yeah, not concerned, but I don't know. It's just it's weird because it is, for 30 years, basically, it has been like something that I love. And there's a part of me that goes, while Vince did a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with when it comes to wrestling and didn't like a lot of times for the most part. Yeah. It's still, wrestling as I know it. So there's part of me that goes, man, is TKO really going to try to like change this somehow without like a McMahon in charge, without somebody who knows wrestling in charge?
I'd say you're weary.
It's going to be a WCW thing, Yeah.
I'd say you're weary.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good one.
You're not really sure what the future is going to hold. Yeah. And that's definitely something that's, I think so.
Think trepidatious.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the secret word of the day right there.
That's a $4 word right there.
I always pull one out every week.
You gotta love it. My favorite so far is a moose bouche. Well, I knew a moose bouche already because of an old friend, but like it's a very funny word, but I do enjoy that word, a moose bouche. Oh, and accoutrement.
I did, yeah, accoutrement. Yeah,
accoutrement.
That was a good one.
Shouts out 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's the first time I heard that word.
I love that movie. One of my favorite
movie.
movies. What were you saying, Nick?
I do bring a lot of shit back to football on this podcast, unfortunately, but the Commanders, my team, went through a very similar thing just recently. Like back in July, we finally sold our team after like 29, 30 years of having the same owner. The owner was a piece of shit, fondled fucking girls, took pictures of cheerleaders, everything. Everything you could fucking like think of, like for like, and like he embezzled money from other teams. He gouged ticket prices and then like lied about how much they sold. All sorts of stuff, right?
Jesus.
And finally, it got sold on July 21st, I think it was. They finally got it sold, and this town, this DC area, like it went up, like it was crazy around here. And I think the reason why we celebrated it so much was because A, he's an asshole, he needs to be gone, but B, it really was like kind of sky's the limit for whatever could happen. And I kind of hope that's kind of what people are looking at this now. Is like, okay,
that's how I feel about it.
It is new owners, and it is kind of like anything could happen, but like at least it's not fucking this guy.
Yeah,
right. Like that's because that's how we feel right now in DC. It's like at least it's not fucking Dan Snyder. Like at least it's not Vince McMahon. It could be something better. Hopefully it's better.
Yeah,
so
and I mean that's what I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it's just like, all right, well, Vince is gone, so Triple H, you figure it out. But
that's
I feel like I feel like the big difference though, like comparison to like football though, Nick, is like like at the end of the day, they can take out whatever owner, but football is still football. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
Essentially, they're not going to change the game at all. Whereas it's wrestling. It's not a real sport.
They can change
it and do whatever they want with it. That's I think true. Where I'm most weary about.
That's
most concerned about.
I think when you have guys like Triple H and Nick Khan though, and like I feel like even Dana White, I feel like if you change the WWE enough, you probably step in and be like, "Hey, listen, we're doing a little too much over there. Like you're kind of killing the vibe over there." Like Dana White's a straight shooter from as far as I can tell. So like I don't think he like let even though he doesn't, I don't think he cares about the WWE side of it. Like if he saw that they were kind of fucking that shit up, he'd be like, you're kind of fucking us up too because now WWE's falling, now UFC's falling because this is what you wanted anyway.
Right.
So I feel like there's a lot of people still in place to kind of keep it whole. And honestly, like people don't buy stuff just to fucking fuck it up. So and if Endeavor's been the parent company for UFC for some time, and UFC has just been doing everything that it's always been doing, then I think you guys are in good shape. I think WWE's in good shape.
Yeah.
That's how
this kind of goes along with it. I know that you watched some of it, Con. Nick, have you watched any of that Wrestlers on Netflix?
Yeah.
Because isn't that a good comparison, Nick? Those two guys who are coming in with the money and they're trying to change everything.
And Al's they're not fucking with him because they're not. It's you should peep that, bro. It's pretty interesting.
Is that the one that Punk's part of, or what is that?
What's that?
Is that the one that Punk's the producer on?
No. That's
Heels is on Stars with Stephen Amell, and that's a scripted show.
Wrestlers is on Netflix.
On Netflix is a documentary about the indie company Ohio Valley Wrestling, which used to be a developmental company for WWE, but now it's owned and operated by Al Snow.
Yeah.
Former WWE superstar Al Snow.
You should really peep that, bro. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
And I'll bring this up every time. Eventually, this movie is going to be made, and I'll be in a movie with Al Snow. But
hell yeah,
eventually.
Shouts out to Al Snow.
Gotta pay these writers first, and then maybe it'll happen.
Shouts out to Al Snow.
Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be back.
Oh God, this guy.
I'll be honest. I want to hit him.
I don't blame you.
I want to hit him.
I mean, every week, one of you two motherfuckers walks off screen.
Whoa.
Never me. I'm always here.
Right. Take it easy, Hammy. We're all pals.
What was that about hitting me?
What?
What was that about hitting me?
What?
Oh, none. I was just podding. Yeah.
Bro, the pop I'm going to have when this man shows up on my TV screen. I'm telling you right now.
I might go crazy.
Oh, bro,
I might go crazy, fellas.
What up, Mr. B-roll? Yeah, no, I'm gonna go in fucking
I might go
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
I might go a buck wild. No, that was good to see. Y'all saw that little video, the video of him actually like walking out.
I didn't see that, but I just saw the news articles about it.
Saw the video of him actually like walking out of the performance center.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm with this, bro. I just want to put this in there because I'm fucking excited.
Me too,
honestly.
bro.
Like, that's all that needs to be said about this one. I'm fucking stoked for this shit.
Yeah, man. What do you have? What was like a broken back?
I think so.
Yeah.
You're not feeling it, Hammy?
You're not feeling it, Sammy?
So here's the thing. I think Randy Orton is great, right? He's a great wrestler.
I'm gonna put our hands up for this one.
Anybody who says otherwise, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're watching. But, like, what more is there to do with this dude? Am I right?
Big back.
Like, it's been like 15 years. His character really hasn't evolved, like, at all. He really doesn't change much. Like, what do you even do with him now?
I think you put him over with somebody.
What's that?
I think you put him with somebody young. You would have done it with Riddle, but you can't do that anymore. But you put it with somebody young, and you put them over somehow. I don't know who. I don't know why. I don't know if there's maybe like some sort of equivalent, like, oh, this guy's kind of like the next Randy Orton, and you put him with him. I don't know, but something like that. Maybe you send an.
You know what's going to happen, right?
What?
We're going to get Randy Orton versus Austin Theory.
He's going to get all these rubs, bro. He be getting all the rubs.
He be getting those rubs.
Yeah.
He's getting those rubs.
Yeah.
And that Randy Orton rub.
I
like Randy. He's a great wrestler. I just want to see something new from him. I feel the same way about him as I do kind of Drew McIntyre, you know, just like I need something more from you guys.
I feel that. I'm trying to think.
What if you went to NXT?
I don't want to see him in NXT.
I don't want to see
not do anything, but like work with those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like do something like that.
What you mean?
You mean like on TV?
Yeah, like on just I don't know what you.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Nick. I wouldn't want to see that because there is nothing in me that goes, oh, any of those motherfuckers can go with Randy Orton. Like Randy Orton is just so fucking high above anybody.
He'd really have to dumb it down.
Yeah, and, I mean, he would just stand out, and if anybody beat him, I wouldn't believe it. It wouldn't be believable.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I'm kind of cool with getting what we've been getting with Randy Orton. And it's crazy because like there was a long time where I felt like he was really, really stagnant. And I don't know what's revived my love of Randy Orton, you know, recently, even before he got injured. But if he came back doing the same thing he's been doing, that's good enough for me. Just because I love Randy Orton so much, and just, you know, just being guys like Randy Orton, guys like John Cena, who I specifically remember where I was and, you know, what I was doing the first time I saw their like first debut match on SmackDown. So I'm like super emotionally attached to Randy Orton. So even if he comes back doing the same thing he's been doing all these years, that's my cat tuna. But yeah, even all right, Tunchi. But yeah, even if he comes back doing what he's been doing, again, just my attachment to him, that's good enough for me. But I feel you.
Now this is something.
This is shocking. Hambone, you tell us how you feel about this verse because I really don't know.
I just don't understand it. So Fox for a long time has there have been rumors that Fox was not happy with SmackDown. They were not happy with what they paid for it and what they felt they were getting back from it. Mm-hmm. So USA has bought the rights to SmackDown beginning in September of next year. It is a $1.4 billion deal, which is 40% more than what the original Fox deal was. Which is
that billion with a B?
Yeah. Yeah, 1.4 billion, brother. 40% more than what the original deal with Fox was, which is nuts because I was the main one saying Fox don't have USA money, or USA don't have Fox money. I mean,
USA don't have Fox money. Yeah.
I was wrong apparently, but the weird thing about it is everybody kept saying with SmackDown coming to USA, Raw and NXT are up for grabs for another network, and I could not understand why. And the only thing that I could really seem to find was that it sounds like USA, paying $1.4 billion for SmackDown, has decided that they do not also want to pay for Raw and NXT. So they are willingly letting it go. But it's just really weird that Raw has been on USA for 25 years. Only 5 years of that, Raw was not on USA. And they're just giving it up to get SmackDown instead. And I just don't understand why.
So for me, when this first dropped, we didn't know anything about Raw and NXT, right? So immediately I was like, this makes a lot of sense. Put them all on USA. Put them all on USA and just have them on USA. Perfect. That's how it was anyway. Yeah, that's how it was anyway. When I started watching it, SmackDown was on Tuesday nights on USA.
Yep.
So it made perfect sense. I was like, cool. Then that news article comes out where no, they're actually gonna send Raw and NXT somewhere else. Which now I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Now I would like to point out that this isn't exactly USA money. This is NBC Universal money. So NBC Universal is the one that puts up that 1.4 billion and then throws it on USA. So that's where that money comes in from. However, to me, it doesn't make any sense to move this to USA and then move Raw and NXT somewhere else.
Right. Especially the show that you've had on your network for 25 years. Like, what is it about SmackDown that you want that you're giving up a show that has been a mainstay on your network for decades?
Especially when they do a draft almost every year now too. It's like you can just pick anybody you want. Why even bother?
Right.
Like, especially if they're all three on USA, you can just have a bidding war on who's going to go where, and just it doesn't matter. So I guess it would depend on what they do with Raw and NXT, how much sense this makes. Because if it stays within the NBC Universal, then okay, like now it's flopping back and forth like TBS and TNT with AEW.
Right.
It wouldn't matter, but I don't think that's the case. I think they're gonna take that somewhere else. ESPN, some type of Disney thing, or
I think so.
Or something, maybe Fox, something else Fox related. I don't know what Fox owns necessarily, but I don't know. This is a weird move for me.
Yeah. And some people were arguing, well, they want SmackDown because SmackDown gets higher ratings. But that's not necessarily true. SmackDown gets higher ratings because it is a free public channel and more people have access to it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
If SmackDown is on USA, they're going to get 1 million and a little bit more like Raw does right now. Bro? You're immediately
right next to me. Sheila's mom just got home and she went outside with Finn, and she wants to go outside, but the problem is when she goes outside, she doesn't want to come back in, and her mom doesn't want to deal with that. So she's like looking out the window on some Squidward, watching SpongeBob and Patrick frolic in the fucking front yard type shit, and she's not happy. I apologize. I know we're trying to pod, but I can't get her to stop.
We're fucking professionals here, okay?
We got this.
We are professionals. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is very odd to me. It's very odd to get rid of a show you've had for 25 years in exchange for another show that's the same premise as the one show you have.
Essentially. And Raw was the flagship show on USA.
Yeah. I know this is like very small, but like I love seeing that. Like, I know she's a big player now, but like I love seeing Bianca Belair's name whenever they put out these press releases. Like they got John Cena, Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair, Rey Mysterio, and then Bianca Belair's like right up there with them. Like I love that shit.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah,
that's my shit.
The other thing I wonder too is if Raw moves off USA, we go back to 2 hours.
Oh God, I hope so. Because now the fucking
I
news
think
is
that's a USA thing. That's not like a WWE thing.
Well, now the news is that they're trying to make SmackDown 3 hours.
Oh, I heard that too.
I fucking don't want that at all. You're going the wrong way.
Please. Less is more, bro. My
Everything
God.
should be 2 hours, bro.
My
Stop
God.
making 3 hour shit.
So now, like for me, for somebody like me, like the way that I'm just like wrestling is my thing. The more, the better. But Raw is not a quality 3 hours of programming.
No,
it is a lot of rewinds and playbacks and just shit to fill time. And that's
even when Raw was good, like really good, I was still only watching like 2 hours, and then I gotta cut it off, man.
When Raw was good, I'm cool with the 3 hours. But like Hamlin said, it's a lot of 3 hours of some fuck shit.
Yeah.
And just them filling time when they could have like put something much better on there. So if they're gonna make SmackDown 3 hours, make it worth watching 3 hours. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, you know what's really funny? So last week I like went back and forth from Raw and Monday Night Football, and I was like, and I watched you two in the chat or like in the group chat too. They were like, I'm not even watching Raw this week, blah blah blah, right? And I looked over and I tuned over and I saw it was Kofi versus Ivar, right? And I'm like, I'm not watching this shit.
That was a good match.
I know, and I went, and it's so like I was like, I'm not watching that shit, bro. 20 minutes later, bro, it's holy shit, that was a crazy match. Holy shit, I'm like, that shit always happens to me, bro. I was looking at a fucking match at face value, and I'm like, fuck that, and then they go off and do a fucking awesome ass match. So fucking crazy.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, the talent cut.
Oh boy, huh? Meow! Meow!
Bro, she's so pissed.
Meow!
I'm gonna get my cat in here. Take a meow off.
A meow off. Y'all see her?
Yeah, I see her right there.
Wow.
A little pointy ear.
So how we feel about this?
People got fired.
Yeah.
Some people got fired. I mean,
kind of expected for
let's be honest. Like I know that it sucks, that people lose their jobs and all, but in a company like WWE, you got to fire people sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Some of these were surprising. Obviously, I wish Mustafa didn't get fired. He's one of my guys. I know a lot of people aren't that into him, which is fine, whatever. But I always wanted more for him. But at the same time, I'm excited to see what a lot of these people do. Yeah. Going to another company or going to the Indies, because I feel like the Indies is a kick in the ass right now.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Me fucking
I would love to see Ziggler go to AEW. Some of the matchups over there we've never seen.
100.
I'd love to see him go to Japan.
Me too.
Like to see him in ZSJ or him in Ospreay.
Yeah, dude. I've been wanting to see Ziggler somewhere in like Japan, man. Like, but that's if he wants to still keep doing wrestling at this point in his career, because I'm hearing that he wants to, dive into the comedy thing more. But whatever he does, I mean, I'm sure he's gonna shine. But if he's gonna keep the wrestling thing up, I think obviously we get tired of saying he should go to AEW, but I mean, anywhere Dolph goes, I think he'll be fine. AEW, Impact, wherever he goes, I think he'll shine.
Yeah.
I think he is going to end up in AEW because his brother's there. But I think, the good thing about it for him, especially because, Dolph wasn't happy there. He made that very obvious years ago that he was not happy. He didn't really want to be there anymore. But they gave him a big fucking contract last time.
They sure did.
A big one. Mm-hmm. Almost $1 million. Dude's barely on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting at home, making $1 million to go tell jokes.
Chilling.
I understand why they let him go, because they don't use him. So why are you spending that much on the guy?
Exactly.
But he goes somewhere else, he can do all his other outside shit.
Yep.
Everybody else is in WWE. They're not going to control him. He can go do his comedy or be in a fucking movie or show or whatever he wants to do.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but it really was like, it was weird for me when like people were like shocked at all this. Like the only name that really shocks me on this list is Dolph Ziggler. It's like a halfway shock because I know for a fact he hasn't been on TV, and I'm personally not interested in Dolph Ziggler.
Exactly.
So it's only a shock to me because I know the history of Dolph Ziggler in WWE.
Bro, people were like, "What? Dominicato got released?" Like,
bro,
dude, shut up.
I think for me, like Mustafa was a shock just because he's literally been on TV every week the past like 3 months. He was supposed to get a title shot. At the NXT pay-per-view. So it's like, okay, that's weird to let him go when you had him in storylines. He was on TV.
And I think I'd rather use the word weird, like you just said. Like, it's weird because you had him do a title shot and all this stuff, and now you let him go.
Yeah.
So
in the middle of the story.
Weird, but like shocking is not the word for that.
Sure.
Like it's like, no, dude, like he wasn't doing anything. They didn't have anything for him. Like, and like, I preface all of this to say that like a lot of this has to do with the fact that they weren't booked correctly. Writers, booking, whatever you want to call those people.
Sure.
They're mostly in charge of how this whole list of names gets booked and played out on TV and all that stuff. So let me preface that. It's not their fault. But all these people were just they weren't like that. Like Ali, especially, was not doing anything on the main roster. They moved to NXT during the draft, and then he was just doing a bunch of cool stuff on NXT, which is fine. That's great. But there's reasons for why that happened. And
we all been shocked that like Rick Boogs or like Riddick Moss got released.
Yeah, bro, oh my God, Elias. Like, no, dude, like I'm sure all these people are wonderful fucking people, bro. That's not what I'm fucking saying. It's just like, like, call me when fucking Jey Uso gets cut.
Let me know when Kofi Kingston gets released.
Those type of people, like what do you like? This none of this is shocking to me, bro. Like I was waiting for like a really, really shocking.
I was expecting big names to go like last time.
Yeah, me too, bro. Like, so like I think the biggest thing too is like Top Dollar getting released.
Yeah, but not the rest of Hit Row.
Yeah, that's a shocking thing. Like some people not getting released is more shocking than some of these people getting released, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but like. It was just so weird to watch a bunch of people be like, "What?" I'm like, dude, like you're probably cool fans of them. You probably met them a couple of times. It's different than like what you're like really seeing on TV and what's actually going down, bro. Like it's like I don't know. Like it was just really weird to see. Like people just kind of play up for social media. It's weird.
I kind of look at it as a positive. I think Hambone said it earlier. I look at it as a positive because it's like, okay, like these wrestlers, none of them. For the most part, I really care about aside from maybe like one or two.
Yeah. But
if they decide to keep wrestling, if they show up on Impact or they show up on AEW, wherever the fuck they show up at that I'm watching, that's their chance for them to make me a new fan. You know what I mean? There's a couple of wrestlers who got released from WWE before that I did not care about till they, showed up on Impact or AEW or Ring of Honor. And now I'm like, I'm fucked like Athena. I did not care about Ember Moon in WWE, but I love her as Athena.
Yeah. Yeah,
I hated FTR in WWE.
And that sucks because in NXT they were great, and you tapped in when they were on the main roster, and that was not a good representation.
The Revival, was awful. I hated every moment of that shit, bro. But
so I mean, half of this list I could not care less about. They weren't doing anything, or they were
like some of our friends were shocked that Shelton Benjamin got released. I'm like, why?
No.
You know what shocked me the most about Shelton Benjamin is that motherfucker's been back for 7 years. Like it did not feel. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I said.
7 years.
Yeah.
But I feel does not feel
like he has been back that long.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. It feels like he's only been back for like 2 years.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what Mustafa does. I'm excited to see what Dolph does. I think Shelton's still got a couple years in him. I'm excited to see what he does. Rick Boogs, I liked him. He had a weird, not a weird gimmick, but a silly gimmick. But I think he could probably get over with it somewhere else.
Aaliyah.
I don't care what anybody says. I loved the Maximum Male Models. I thought it was a funny gimmick. They were decent in the ring. They were basically Pretty Deadly before Pretty Deadly came up. And if you watch the videos that Mansoor and Mace made after they got released, they're both fucking hilarious. They both got a ton of charisma. They're both funny. and they will get somewhere else.
Are y'all seeing this bubble that pops up on my head?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. No, I don't know what that is.
I was doing this and a bubble popped. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
what's
this is
that?
it.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know who is someone doing that?
Someone's hating. Was that a hater?
Someone hating?
I don't know what that is.
I hate haters.
That's weird.
I was gonna say Aaliyah does surprise me a little bit because she was a former tag team champion and she was injured.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't injured?
No. She has been off TV for a full year. She was injured when they took her off TV, but she has not been injured for months.
It's been a year already?
Yep.
Damn.
And Aaliyah does not surprise me because she spent the first 7 years of her career in NXT.
Yeah, but she's been there for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Well, now that you say that stuff,
year.
It doesn't surprise me. But that's what I thought. She just got injured like maybe 5 months ago.
No, it's been a full year, brother.
Mm-hmm. Who's she tag team champions with, Raquel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Aaliyah, but she wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Now that you guys say that, I'm not surprised. But yeah, that's okay.
There is one name though that we haven't mentioned that is surprising.
Mr. Matt Riddle.
Not to me.
Well, I mean, if you know his outside antics, no. But I mean, if you're basing it on just what you're seeing on TV, this is surprising.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you don't know the outside stuff for sure, I think what is surprising is that they finally pulled the trigger on it instead of just trying to make me work with him like they kind of have been in the past. And so that's kind of where it's like, okay, now they're finally. I think Khan even said like maybe Dana White had some fucking pull on that because they don't like each other.
They don't like each other. So,
but I don't know too much about that, but like that's interesting.
If you're hip, it's just like I mean, obviously, like I'm not gonna say obviously. If you're hip, I've just been following Matt Riddle because just Nick's a little more into UFC than I am nowadays, but like I've been in the UFC since I was a teenager, so I knew about Matt Riddle. So if you've been following him, there's him and Dana White, they don't get along. There was the Me Too movement where I think it was the Me Too movement where his name was brought up. He had that going on. There was the stuff with his wife. There was that. Him pissing off guys like Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar saying he'll never work with him. And then the last thing I saw before his release was just an article saying how the company basically just gave up on a main event push for him. So
there was also he just had that incident at the airport where he was accusing TSA of sexually abusing him, and he made a scene.
I didn't even hear about that.
Oh yeah,
I heard a little bit about that.
I didn't even hear about that.
I realized that he was the
Yeah,
wow.
he went on social media and accused TSA of sexually abusing him, and he made a huge scene while he was there where cops had to show up. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Endeavor just figured, this guy's a little more trouble than he's worth. And
yeah.
It was a long time coming.
I like Matt Riddle a lot. I thought he was a great wrestler. He had an interesting personality. This is not a gimmick. I mean, this is just Matt Riddle.
This is him.
He's very different. But he just is kind of a train wreck in his personal life, and that's a problem.
Yeah. I think all these guys have 90-day clauses. So we might see a lot of people around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope we see Matt Riddle in some other company because I enjoy him very much as a wrestler.
Yeah. I would personally like to see both Matt Riddle and Dolph Ziggler go to Impact. Because Impact, I think, I love Impact, but they are sorely needing big name main event guys. Yeah. And I think Matt Riddle and Dolph could be that.
1,000,000%.
They could be the main event team. They could be their big names.
And Impact is really good at doing that.
Champion there. So I'd really like to see both of them go there. But
it's interesting because like ever since these releases, I think the last time they did all these releases, I remember like me and my friends, we were all talking about who should go to AEW. You know what I mean? Because that was when we were still kind of in the honeymoon phase of AEW. Yeah. And now with this release, like I'm not even thinking about AEW because it's just so congested. Now I'm just like, all right, well, like just knowing what I know about Impact and Hambo on YouTube, just knowing what we know about Impact, it's like Matt Riddle would be a perfect fit for Impact. or Ali. I think Ali would.
Yeah.
I think Ali would smoke the X
would
division.
yeah.
I think Ali would totally smoke the X division.
Yeah. For sure.
Aaliyah,
I'll
go
pay
back to
big money for Ali versus Speedball.
Dude, man.
Give me that fucking match.
Yeah, bro. Like that's so. I'm not even thinking about AEW or like Ring of Honor. It's just like seeing what Impact has done for wrestlers from WWE or just other companies in general, and just seeing how they kind of right the wrongs that the previous company did. I think that a lot of these guys have a bright future if they decide to stay in wrestling and they want to look elsewhere. I feel like Impact is about to. I hope that Impact really capitalizes on this right now.
Yeah,
it's been one of my biggest pet peeve, annoying ass tropes from the IWC. When someone goes, they leave their company and they're like, "Oh, they should go to AEW." That got so tired. Very
good on it, man.
I don't think this will ever happen, but there were rumors that Impact was very excited to offer CM Punk a deal.
Okay.
Wow, really?
See, that would be what
I don't know if they got CM Punk money.
That's why I'm kind of side-eyeing.
But my thought is, if you're CM Punk, you really want to stick it to the other two companies. You show up in a small company like Impact for whatever they'll pay you and fucking take them somewhere. You know what I mean?
That'd be pretty wild.
That would be interesting. I'd actually be okay with that because the biggest thing with them is he's gonna show up in Survivor Series. It's no, he's not. I got no money on Punk going to WWE, bro. I got no money on that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but no.
He did say that thing at the MMA thing, but I think it's just him trolling people.
Yeah, bro.
Punk is in on the IWC shit, so
I think so.
I'm good, bro. Yeah. This is wild to me.
Yeah,
so wild.
They're 9 hours ahead of us.
They're gonna start this pay-per-view at 6 a.m.
For us or for them?
Us, Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
So then it's 3 p.m. for them?
I'm not looking at it for 6 a.m. First of all, I already don't watch the Elimination Chamber pay-per-views. This is really not going to give me priority to watch it now. I'm not going to care. I'm not going to care about this.
I'm going to just watch that shit when I wake up.
You see what I'm saying?
I just not get on social media. I'll get up and I'll turn it on.
Literally, bro. Yeah, there's no... they'd have to really put somebody in that. And there's probably not even really a name right now that I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch it. No.
As of right now, I don't care. I don't care about this.
Yeah, no, thank you. I just thought this was wild, bro. 6 a.m. I know you're in Australia, but holy shit, dude. Motherfuckers, so is that 6 a.m.? Is that Saturday 6 a.m. or Sunday 6 a.m.?
Fuck if I know, but if it's on a weekend, I'm for sure not getting up for it.
It's Saturday for us, but it's Sunday for them because they're 9 hours ahead of us.
They smoking PP. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, nah.
Well, actually, no, they're 9 hours ahead of us. So 6 a.m. here will be 3 p.m. there on Saturday.
No thanks.
And so fucking start in the evening. What are you doing?
I can only imagine. The only thing that makes sense to me is that they're doing it early so that they can get people on a plane and get them back to America. Because that's a long-ass plane ride to Australia.
Gotta be.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Get people out and get them on a plane.
This is not fan service.
I'm good.
This is cool for Australia and Australia only, which is fine, but...
Yeah.
Salute to Australia.
Yo, we were saying we wanted more international pay-per-views. We're going to get one.
Right.
It's probably going to be fucking rocking.
The crowd is probably going to be slapping, but not for me. Not at 6 a.m. I don't care what the crowd looks like.
It's going to slap for me at 10 a.m. when I wake up.
Me and my fucking... Yeah, me and my fucking Mr. Sandman in my eyes and shit. No,
it's going to slap for me at work. It's going to slap for me at work when I have it on as background noise.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I'm good off of that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
This clip or this little pic right here is exactly when it happened.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Jesus.
It's this is before the bell even rang.
That's crazy. No.
Yeah.
I mean, so the thing that's crazy to me, and I don't, you know, I love AEW, so I'm not criticizing them, but like I could tell on TV that Mox was rocked. You know, even when he got in the ring, you could see he was moving slow. Like you could tell he was off, and nobody did anything about it.
Nobody stepped in.
Nobody did anything about it.
Yeah,
I personally couldn't tell. I personally couldn't tell watching it. I could tell. I could tell at the end when they did the weird, like,
yeah,
it was 1, 2, 3, and it wasn't 1, 2, 3.
Right.
That was weird. And then like they did it again, and then he won. I was like, okay. And then I was like, something went wrong. Like that was weird.
Especially when he wasn't getting up.
Yeah, but
there was a weird part in the middle, so that's why I didn't think that it was a concussion at first, because when he got hit outside from that dive, then they got inside, and I could tell that he was moving slow, like something was wrong. But I didn't think he had a concussion because he went there, like in the middle of the match, he seemed fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, oh, maybe he just kind of got his bell rung a little bit, and now he's all right. You know, he's back. I didn't think he had a full-on concussion until that pin went down. Then it was
that's
like,
wild. That's wild.
And apparently that changed the outcome of this match. Like Ray was not supposed to win.
Yeah, I'm sure Mox was not planned to be a transitional champion to Phoenix.
No.
But it'll make for a good story when he comes back and he destroys Phoenix.
He's gonna rip him apart, bro.
You could only beat me because I had a concussion, like, and even then you barely beat me.
I would assume that's Wrestle Dream. They're doing that.
Now they said that he was able to walk out of the match on his own, so that's good. But still, well wishes still, John Moxley. Hope you're doing all right. That was a little bit scary to see.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I was scared after that first pile driver because it looked like Phoenix dropped him on his fucking head.
Yeah,
it did not look like there was any protection there to me.
It didn't look good.
This sucks for him.
Yeah, this sucks, bro. Yeah.
COVID
is very much alive, bro. I'm just letting everybody know. COVID is very much alive.
And if you've never had COVID, knock on wood, that shit ain't fun. Fucking hell. It is painful. It is dreary, bruh.
I did not enjoy. Do not recommend getting
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah.
So y'all both have had it?
Yeah. I got it.
I did not get it.
Bro, count your blessings, bro. It's not fun.
Yeah,
it's not fun. I was at
my best friend, his wife got it probably 3 years ago at this point. She still can't taste anything.
Really?
Oh, no way.
Jesus. I lost my taste and my smell.
That for granted, it has fucking ruined her life. Dude. She is so miserable because she just can't eat anything.
Dog. Yeah. So I got it like 3 years ago. We're gonna go on to SideQuest here, and that's fine.
COVID
3 years ago. COVID SideQuest. So COVID, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, it's gonna sound kind of wild to say. COVID, we found ways to have fun during COVID. Right? We found ways to have fun.
Hell yeah.
We had a good time. Nick was there. But when I caught COVID, I was at work. I was working at the cemetery, and I was waiting on the service to be done. And we were waiting for a long time. This was a long service, so I had the AC blasting. You know how it is when you're waiting in your car. You lean over, you take a nap, right? I wake up about like maybe 20 minutes later, and my head is pounding. Like it feels like there's a fist in my head, and someone's just boxing the shit out of my brain, dude. And I get out. And, I was part of the setup crew. I used to actually bury the bodies, but I'm on the setup crew at this point. And the guys I'm working with, they're looking at me, right? And I'm thinking it's just a headache, right? But like, I'm feeling, it's just this headache feels different. My coworkers looking at me, they're like, man, you're all right, man. You look kind of fucked up, right? And I'm like, all right, that's not good. Cause like, you can't tell when someone got a headache. And I just remember, man, like, I think I lost my smell and my taste by like day 3. And I freaked the fuck out. Too. I freaked the fuck out, man. Like, I was just like, what the? I couldn't smell nothing. I couldn't taste nothing. And on top of that, that's when me and Nick I was living with Jeff at the time. And he had like, his grandmother was still around. So we had to quarantine off in this small ass room for like 7 days, dude. That shit was rough, man.
Yeah. When I had it, it was the same thing. I lost my smell and my taste. And people had said that was one of the things, and I was like, this is not happening for me. I'm a fat guy, and I am fucking not losing this for life. I started immediately doing anything and everything that I was reading that people said.
All the remedies.
Yep. I was getting out fucking essential oils and smelling them every
the orange.
The orange. Yep. I did charred orange, did everything. Yep. Everything. And it was wild too because like it's just gone. Like no taste, no smell. And then just like that, it was all back.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
It went
my God, dude.
Completely gone to completely back. I remember the first thing I ate was a hard salami sandwich. And I was like, this is the best fucking tasting thing I've ever had in my life right now.
That's your first one.
I had a pizza.
The first thing I had, and I was so happy about it.
I had a pizza. It was a Domino's pizza. When I realized I lost my taste when I had, I think it was like some type of oatmeal, but it was like a very like sweet oatmeal, right? Like very, very strong and sweet, but still good. And I when I realized I lost my taste is when I couldn't taste it, and I couldn't smell it either because it was like kind of like on the cinnamony side, and I freaked the fuck out. But I think maybe like 2-3 days later, we had pizza that day, and I had a fat ass slice that was like I think it was like I don't like pepperoni or some shit, and I could taste everything. Oh my God, dude!
Best fucking slice you ever had in your life.
I was so relieved, bro. I was like, yo, I took this shit for granted.
Yep. It's funny too because like you don't think of that, but like literally, if I lost either one of them, it would fucking ruin my life.
Yeah,
it would be awful.
Yeah. I feel for your friend, bro. I feel for your friend,
dude.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, my buddy's like, I just like she's miserable all the time. I can't make nothing for her. Like the only thing apparently that she can really taste is chicken wings for some reason. And either she just can't taste it or it tastes like metallic. Everything tastes metallic. Don't eat it.
That's rough, dog.
That's nuts.
3 years of that shit.
Oh my God.
Nah.
But anyway, back to LA night. I mean, we still got a week.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that he's going to get inserted in that, seeing as nobody came out to help Cena at the end of SmackDown. Yeah. I'm sure that LA will show up on this SmackDown and insert himself somehow. But love seeing it. If you're gonna put somebody with a legend, it shouldn't be fucking Theory. It should be this guy.
It should be him, man.
This guy right here. So.
Yeah, that's COVID is very real, everybody. Still very real.
Still a pandemic. Still a pandemic.
Just because it was 2020 doesn't mean it's not over.
If you don't believe in COVID, don't watch the show. Just go. Just go.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the end of headlines. You guys want to do some drip or drag?
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, God. No.
It's not bad. I don't know if I get it, but it's not bad.
No.
No.
Not for $30.
Yeah, nah, bro. That's a 5 to 10.
I was gonna say that's a $15 shirt all day.
I want to preface this by saying I'm not really paying $30 for most of these shirts, no matter what they look like.
Sure,
but nah.
Now here's the thing: like me and my wife, we just went shopping at this big ass mall out in Florida, and I used to love a good graphic tee. I'm already starting to get over the graphic tee. Like it has to really be like something in order for me to grab it. This here is like it looks like it could be something, but it's not enough. So for me,
again, it's just text on a shirt. Yeah. Oh, they did spray paint. Get out of here.
This is very 5 and below.
Yeah, looks like somebody jerked off on it.
Very 5 and below, bro. I'm not paying $30 for that at all.
Looks like someone jerked off on it.
Yeah, it does.
Not wrong.
Yeah, that's a drag.
That's a drag.
Yeah, I'll say drag.
Is that Gunter?
Yeah, I like this. It looks like the old 1940s, 50s war posters. I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And I like.
You know what? Yeah, I like that. I do like that.
General. Yeah,
that's a drip. I'd rock that.
Yeah, I like this one.
I don't even care that his name is on it. But I don't even care that his name is on it. Like I would rock this.
That's true. His name is on it. Yeah.
Nick, you like this one or not?
I don't know if I'd wear it, but it's not awful.
Honestly, if they took his name out, I think it'd be like I think it'd be even better. But
I agree. I think it'd be cooler without his name.
I'd rather have this as a poster. I'm not gonna lie.
Or even if it said, I think it'd be better too if it said like Ring General.
Yeah, I think it does. Actually, most definitely. Oh, does it?
Yeah, it does right there at the top.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, right there.
I think if they just took out his name, if they're going to put something in there, take the name out, leave Ring General. Yeah. Either that or just go no font at all. But either way, I'd wear this. And I'd even pay the $30 for over. I'd pay the $30 for this. Who is this?
This is Mike Santana, and I like this one. It looks like a comic book.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, it looks like a comic book cover. So I really like this one.
Wow, that's a drip for real, and I paid $30 for that. Yeah, that's hard.
That's hard.
I like that
one. That's a drip.
What do you guys think? So, I mean, we heard all these rumors that, Santana and Ortiz, they weren't on the same page. They weren't, cool with each other anymore and all that. Now, like, what do you guys think they're going to feud? Or you think this is going to end up with them teaming again? Because everything I read said that Santana had to be talked into working with Ortiz at All In. And if that's the case, I find it odd that they're going to feud with each other.
I mean, if it's really a feud, then probably not. But if it's, I don't know. I mean, if you had to be talked into something, I mean, you're really going to get into a whole feud with the guy?
If you want me to be totally honest, I don't care.
Yeah. No? I do, and here's why.
Let's hear it.
I really like Santana and Ortiz, and I really feel like they should have been tag team champions a long time ago.
And that's why I don't care. They should have been one of
the first teams that held those belts.
And that's why I don't care, because it's like, at AEW, to me, they kind of dropped the ball on that, where it was like, y'all had plenty of opportunities to pull the trigger on this. I don't know why you didn't. Santana and Ortiz, like, they should have been, in my opinion, they should have been, before FTR, they should have been the first multiple time tag team champions, if you ask me. They could have really been the staple, you know what I mean? I feel like they missed the boat on Private Party. I feel like they missed the boat on Santana and Ortiz. I just feel like, but with Santana and Ortiz specifically, they were right up there with the Bucks. They were right up there with all the other teams, and they just, for whatever reason, just didn't pull the trigger on that. And now you got this situation. So, and I don't really care to see well, I'm not gonna lie, I might want to see a Santana and Ortiz feud, but I would have much rather preferred just them having like a tag team title run. And that, for me, that ship has sailed now. Yeah,
I think that's something that a lot of people suffered from in the first couple of years of AEW was that, and Tony Khan has gone on record saying that he had the first 3 years of AEW planned out, including the champions, and he didn't stray from that. So I feel like because of that, because he didn't change his plans, a lot of people who probably should have been champion at some point, they didn't end up getting it, and now the boat's passed on.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
I like this one too.
I don't like this one.
No? I like the anime-ish
feels
character on the front.
Feels Halloween-y to me.
First of all, if they had changed that font to match what Asuka had on, because that green just don't go with that for me.
That's not right.
That's the first thing that throws me off immediately. If they put if what would have made this shirt tough to me is if they put maybe a cool border around Asuka too, like a cool looking border, not something just simple. Sure. But that's really it. Like the font, and it looks unfinished.
The way that it just fades out at the bottom.
Yeah. So that's what's kind of ruining it for me.
Yeah. I don't like designs like that either. It's funny that you say that. So my one of my best friends is the person who does my tattoos. He's been a tattoo artist for 20 years. He has his own shop, everything, right? And he really likes to do that with shit, where he likes to do a design that just fades out at the bottom. And every time we do one, I'm like, bro, I do not like that. You need to give me an ending to it. I need it to be a design. I do not like shit to just fade out.
It just looks undone, man. It just looks really undone.
He does it a lot, and I have to tell him every time, no, don't want that.
Reel it back, bro. Reel it back. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, the font color is really glaring on that one.
Yeah. All right. You guys know what time it is. Well, I mean, Nick, how are you feeling about possibly?
I instantly let that go.
Keep going.
I do feel warmed up this time.
Okay.
I don't feel like we're just like getting straight to it. I felt kind of rushed last time. So.
I got you. Okay.
How do you feel, Con?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay.
Con looks like he's disappointed already.
No, I'm good.
And it's kind of ruining my mood. Not gonna lie.
Maybe we just skip segs altogether, just because
Bro, stop talking to me because I'm gonna laugh and I don't want to laugh. You said I'm ruining the mood.
I'm just saying, it's drying up over here. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like you're laughing with us. I feel like you're laughing at us, and like I feel offended, like because like I'm all getting ready for segs, and you're just laughing, like
Exactly.
It's a little disheartening.
Like I don't feel good about myself now.
It's a little disheartening, bro.
Yeah.
Please.
It's a little disheartening, and it's a little disheartening.
Fellas, please.
With a hard D. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He said, my self-esteem sure didn't need that.
I mean, I could even, I could play some music in the background.
All right.
Feel better.
Please, bro. I'm asking.
Get you in the mood?
Yeah. Can y'all please stop? Please. Please. Oh my God.
That's nuts.
Oh man.
Yo, playing someone's own music to get them in the mood.
That's nasty work, bro. I don't want to hear me.
I mean, this podcast is called EgoDrip. I mean, what's more of an ego drip than playing somebody's own music to get them in the mood?
That's nuts.
That's bananas. This man's a sicko.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
This is my drip. I really like the callback to Jericho's tights. I liked the light up vest. I thought that was a nice little touch. So yeah, this is mine. What do you guys think of it?
I agree.
Like the callback. Yeah, I like the callback a lot.
As a fan of the original match, this is a great callback.
Yeah, there were a lot of callbacks that episode, man.
There was a lot of good callbacks.
Yeah, exactly. Not just callbacks, but good
callbacks. The MJF callback to Bret Hart, that was really good.
Yeah,
I really love that.
I love the hospital one though with Roderick. That one almost went over my head a little bit.
Yeah, man. It was a really good episode of Dynamite this week.
Yeah,
was that Grand Slam? Grand Slam was really good.
Yeah,
Grand Slam was good.
But yeah, this is
every AEW show this week was good.
Yeah,
Dynamite was good, Rampage was good, and Collision was good.
I watched Collision right before we did the pod, and Collision was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky.
Did you find a trip?
Yeah,
Ricky,
I did find one. Ricky.
Yeah, okay.
Ricky. I liked it. Ricky's pretty good at breaking out the special occasion gear. I want him to keep that up. I like this a lot. It looked very kind of like Blade-ish to me. I was a fan of that, man.
His jacket when he came out, it was very reminiscent of Eddie Kingston's. Like they looked like the same vest.
I didn't even think of that.
Eddie came out with that vest against Claudio.
Yeah, Ricky killed it. As he always does.
Yep. I like this motherfucker right here.
Sammy did his thing this week. Sammy had a good week.
Yeah, Sammy went in this
Sammy had a good week.
Yeah. This is what I want for Sammy.
Yeah,
get away from Jericho. Break away.
Thank God.
Get away from Jericho and just lean into being just a more pompous heel, you know what I mean? And just go from there.
Yep. I really like him as a member of the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
I like what this is shaping up to be.
Me too.
Yep. Me too.
I'm with that.
Yeah. I fuck with Hawaiian shirts too. That's my shit.
He's killing it.
No.
You know, one thing that I get jealous of as a fat guy is that I can't, tuck my shirt in.
No, we cannot.
Can't tuck my shirt in.
Our shirt and say nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, some of them golf pics, when we went golfing, my shirt was tucked in. I can't look at them, bro. They're bad. I should have immediately just untucked that shirt, bro. I don't know why I did it.
I like the shirt tuck.
I can't do that shit.
What we got?
All right, so my drag.
I didn't have a drag this week.
Is Daddy Magic's hair? Okay.
Matt Menard? Yeah, that's
the
gross.
hair.
His hair is so awful.
Yeah.
It is so bad, and it is so obvious every match that I can't take it anymore.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing. It's like half short but half long, but not like in a mullet way.
Is he fighting balding right now?
Going bald. I don't know.
I don't know because it doesn't look like it, but at the same time it does. So it's just like
might be, bro.
It's weird, bro. It's just a mop. It's just a fucking mop.
And it was so much. I mean, I always notice it because, as you guys know from our group chat, I always notice hair. Like I'm always pointing out this guy's bald. Shave your fucking head or something, But it was even more obvious with him this week because he was on TV twice this week. And I could not look away from his awful head of hair. It's giving Great Value Mr. Perfect.
It's very muskratty.
Yeah.
Very muskratty.
Didn't like it.
A little weird.
Con, you didn't have one this week?
Not this week. Nobody stood out to me negatively.
I'm with you, Con. It's getting harder to do drip and drag.
Oh, God.
I do agree with this, Nick. Like, you could
I hated this.
Nah.
Like, pants and a shirt on.
Bro,
like,
those are some good shoes, too. Red Octobers, those are good shoes, bro. But not with that look, bro. Like, you're wearing boxers. It's like you're taking the trash out.
Yeah, were you just sitting backstage and just this with your shirt off? Like, that's
looks like a fucking he looks like a fucking doof, bro.
Because he fucking came out and saved Jericho in this, right? And so, like, in my head, like, he's sitting there back there with his, like, boxers on. And he's like, you don't want to taking the shit anymore. He throws his Red Octobers on and walks out there with the pipe, bro. That's what it felt like.
That's gross.
This guy right here is an EVP of the company.
And
dude, get some clothes,
dude. And here's the thing: the last time I remember like cooking somebody about their shoes in wrestling, we had all the fucking fuckheads that were like, shoes are meant to be worn. They're just shoes. Get fucked. These shoes are worn specifically to look good in. These specific shoes are worn to look good in. This is nasty work. This is nasty work.
Yeah. I'll be honest. One of the things that I dislike when it comes to wrestlers, and we see it a lot more in AEW than WWE, is when we see them in their street clothes. Like, I want to feel like they are superstars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I don't mean you have to be in a fucking 3-piece suit like Bobby Lashley and that all the time. Yeah. But outside of the ring, I still kind of want to see you dress cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this takes me out of it.
Yeah.
When guys just come out like this and fucking shorts and come on, you could have put something.
Or how every wrestler comes out in Jordan 1s. It's like, don't get me wrong, love Jordan 1s, but goddamn, bro, wear something cool with the ones.
Yeah. That's always weird too. Like,
wear something cool with the shoes, bro.
Some expensive, cool sneakers and be like, that's all I need to do. I don't need to do anything more. No.
That's weird.
No.
With the stupid tight pants, like, stop, bro.
Yeah. This is bad.
So my MVP was this segment, but KO specifically, because I'm done with the Bloodline storyline. I feel like I'm pretty done with it, and it's bleeding over into Raw now. So now we've got it on 2 shows, but Kevin Owens is, and I said this to you guys, he is one of the few guys in wrestling that every time he talks, I believe whatever he says. Yep. It's a very short list. It's like Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and Eddie Kingston, and Cody Rhodes. That's about it. Yeah. Those 4 talk, I believe everything they say. And I believe they believe it's real in the moment. And that is KO for me in this segment. He made this segment believable for me. He made it interesting. I am interested in him saying to Cody and Sammy, hey, I don't trust him, but I trust you guys, so we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? So that's why he's my MVP, because he's keeping me interested in something that I don't think I'd be interested in otherwise at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Now, honestly, Eddie Kingston was my number one, but this right here is probably going to take the place of that, because although I am extremely happy that Eddie Kingston finally beat Claudio, he is now a double title holder. I've never liked Sammy Guevara, and I've been pretty vocal about that. But I also predicted this, and I actually, immediately it turned me. I am so interested to see how Sammy Guevara does without Jericho now. Like, anytime I see him now, I'm already happy. Before, I said he was a dweeb. I couldn't stand him. I hated his face. He had stupid Jimmy Neutron hair, and he still has all those things. But because he's away from Jericho now, I think he's 10 times more interesting as a wrestler. So just for that reason, just by a little bit, it's going to take the place of my MVP. It's going to beat out Eddie Kingston winning the Ring of Honor Championship.
Yeah. I agree with you too, Con. Like, when I first saw Sammy Guevara, I could not take him seriously. And his hair was even worse when he first started than it is now.
Yeah.
He had that big ass wave in front or whatever. I don't even know what to call it, but
it's a little more tame now.
And he does have a very punchable face.
Yeah.
And he was wearing that stupid ass panda head.
God, I hated it, bro.
Everything so about him just screamed cornball.
Couldn't stand him, bro.
I became a Sammy fan, though, when I met him, because he is probably one of the nicest guys I've met. And it's really hard to, meet somebody in wrestling and have them be nice to you and then be like, I guess he's all right,
On top of that, I think what won me over and make me ease up on Sammy as well is when Sammy Guevara wants to be funny in wrestling, he's really fucking funny, bro. Like, when he got hit by that cart in the first Stampede match by Matt Hardy, that was hilarious, bro. I was losing my shit. Or when he'd come out and he'd sing like Judas, but really obnoxiously. When he wants to be funny, bro, Sammy Guevara is funny as shit.
Yeah, yeah. And I do like, I do like him with Don Callis. I really want to. I'm hoping that he's going to be the guy in the group, the centerpiece, because I really want to see how he progresses being the guy in the group instead of just, another guy in the group. So
definitely.
I did like his cue card thing he used to do. And in between when the pictures were going on.
Oh, I forgot about that. I couldn't stand that.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, Roddy turned me with this because we were all kind of we were sick of it. We weren't feeling it. This was funny.
I hate it. I still like a lot, but it's funny.
So you know what? It wasn't even just Roddy though. The whole fucking thing was funny. Yeah. Because when they first started it and Taven was sitting there with his rosary beads, I was like, this motherfucker, he's taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
Bro, this segment definitely turned me for this whole story, bro. Because this was funny.
Yes.
And Roderick Strong, who's so plain, so white bread, so just robotic, you know what I mean? Just not to shit on him, but the dude don't really got a personality to me.
Yeah.
This is a very funny side of Roderick Strong that we've never seen before.
Yeah. Roddy's really leaning into this character-wise in a way I don't feel like he's ever done with any character. Really. Yeah.
He's killing it. It's funny as shit.
Yeah. But this one definitely turned me too. I was not into this until this segment, and now I'm on board.
Especially when he made the bed go up. That shit was funny as shit. Oh my god. The bed raise. I lost my shit, bro.
It took so long for that bed to go up just for him to go, just go. And then put it right back down.
He killed it, bro. He killed this. He smoked this.
Yeah, that was nice.
All right. My flashback. Demolition. Demolition, they looked like some S&M dominatrixes that were going to beat the fuck out of you.
Couple of thicko sickos.
No. Yeah. They were basically WWE's answer to the LOD.
The Road Wars.
but I thought they were cool as fuck, and I thought their look was cool as fuck.
Mm.
I don't want to run into these guys in an alley. I don't know about you guys.
Yo, this is a side quest. Some old dude, right? So my dad has this old car he was trying to sell, right? So these old guys came and tried to looked at it, and they were gonna buy it, and they decided not to. But they saw my brother, who was basically the same size as me.
Yeah.
Right? He goes, how tall are you? He's a really old white guy, right? He's like, how tall are you? He's like, 6'3". He's like, how big are you? Like, probably 300 something. He's like, I wouldn't run into you in an alley, right? Same thing you just said. And my brother talked about that shit for like 15 minutes. He was so offended by it.
Really?
I don't know why. It's just so like, Travis, it's a very tame thing for people to say. It's like, you're just so weird. Like, it was a weird thing to say.
Oh, it's Travis?
Yeah. I was like, bro.
That's just the something about being a big guy. You know what I mean? You know what's best about being not best, but one of the best things about being like a tall, fat guy? Everybody just thinks you can fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just think you can fight.
I rarely got into fights in high school because everybody just assumed.
You bring me places and you tell me not to talk, so that way you would like feel protected.
Yeah, I think like we were part of this old group, like this old rap group, and our first time meeting him, I asked him to come with me because I'm like, all right, well, I know he's not like that, right? But like, just his presence is just gonna give off the idea that like if it goes down, it's up with him, right? So he just be there, he just wouldn't say anything. So I'm like, all right, cool,
right.
I didn't speak the whole first time. And then...
all right.
Makes sense.
Now, like nowadays, well, maybe like around time of the pandemic, we were like heavy doing the music shit. It'd be like especially when I was like big in MMA, it'd be like, they'd be like, oh, we want to fight Nick, and Nick be like, why don't you fight him? Because he's the one that wants to fight.
Yeah,
he's the one that wants to fight.
Tell people he wants to box, and they'd be like, no, let's fight Nick. It's like,
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch. I'm a fucking bitch.
I'm the one that wants to fight. Let's fight. And they're like, nah, we want Nick. Like, all right.
I'm the podcast guy. I'm the show guy. This guy's in MMA, and he's literally asking you to box, and you're I want to fight that guy instead.
I love the honesty, Nick. I'm a bitch. I don't want to be doing none of this.
I am not outside.
Like shit, especially now. Yeah. Okay. So I love the thing that New Day does. Like every WrestleMania they come out is like just different, just millennial pop culture type things. Yeah. This was the year that they came out of the Bootios box as the Sans. I said that weird. The Sans from Dragon Ball Z. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you know what this is. Woods was clearly Vegeta. I loved it. Big drip for me. Popped as a lifelong time Dragon Ball Z fan. So they are my flashback fit. Boom.
It was a very, very white Power Ranger too.
Very white Power Ranger as well. Very white Power Ranger as well. But this was very, very big excited when I saw this.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Mercedes. So when was this?
I think it was WrestleMania 2016.
Damn.
I want to say that's correct.
You look great.
I feel like that's what I remember looking that up when I looked it up. 2016. I want to say
Me likey. Hey, Sasha.
I always like when the women make these like big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what the hell to call them, but
peacock.
Yeah. Peacock feather things. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Me likey, bro. Me likey.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Why did Ricky Starks lose twice in a row?
Yeah.
Am I right? Why?
So I only watched a little bit of Collision to keep it a buck with you guys. So I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I didn't realize he lost. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, Nick.
No, it's fine. You're good. I knew we were coming. I came with the consequences that I was going to get some spoilers, but that's fine.
Yeah.
This blew the shit out of me because it was like, okay, why did Danielson need to win that?
Yeah. With how good Ricky has been lately, he's clearly stepping up in Punk's absence. Like, you've got a fucking star in this guy. Why did he lose twice? He should have won this feud because winning this feud does nothing to Bryan Danielson.
At all.
I honestly don't know how this company feels about Ricky Starks. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have no idea.
It's so back and forth with him.
Yeah,
I have no.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I do not get it.
Yeah,
He's clearly a star, and just it's like they don't want to pull the trigger on him, and I don't know why.
I don't get it, bro. But like, it's really fucking annoying. When he lost, I was just like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah,
Danielson does not need this.
No.
He's in like
the
a limbo.
The only thing that I can think of is that, with Danielson saying that this is essentially his last year.
Yeah.
They're about to put him on a run and have him be AEW World Champion at some point. Maybe he's going to be the one to be.
If that's the case, okay, I can rock with that. But still,
you got to
but
it
doesn't have to be against Ricky though. Like it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to like.
This didn't need to be at Ricky's expense.
Yeah, it doesn't have to sacrifice Ricky for him to be a world champion. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't do that, but don't fucking bring Ricky into it. Like
Yeah.
there's so many fucking people that they could do this to. It doesn't have to be fucking Ricky Starks, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Ricky could have won this, and there's nobody who wouldn't believe that Bryan Danielson could be world champion still. Like
Seriously.
he could have taken the loss,
An L from Ricky Starks wouldn't have hurt Danielson.
no, especially right now. Like everyone's high on him because he said he might leave. Like everyone's high on him no matter what happens to him right now because he might go away. We might never see him again. So everyone's just be high on him no matter what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's weird.
We don't have to get into this anymore any further unless y'all want to.
Honestly.
Yeah, this was just like it was just very confusing to me, but like we covered it, pretty well earlier, so we don't have to tap back in.
Yeah.
We'll be safe. This is a good. What was that?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Again, I think we talked about it a little bit. But I'm really glad we're seeing Sammy get away from Jericho because
man.
When Sammy said it himself out of his mouth, he was like, "Why did I come all the way to fucking Wembley just to stand next to you when my wife is pregnant?" And all this shit. I was like, "Yeah, dude, why the fuck were you even there? Like, why even show up? Like, why
I didn't get it.
like you literally had one of your fucking like what are they called? Pillars. You had one of your pillars just standing behind Jericho
chilling
at your biggest wrestling show in ever.
That could have been Sammy versus Ospreay.
Why are we doing this, bro? Ever since then, first of all, I've been way on the get everybody away from Jericho train for a long time. But
seriously,
after that, I was like, if they fucking just keep him with Jericho, bro, like I'm just never gonna care about Sammy Guevara, bro, because it's been fucking 4 years, bro. Like at this point, like they just skated to like, okay, now we kind of care about Sammy now because he's finally with Don or with anybody else, or doing anything else. Like when he left Inner Circle that one time, I was like, oh my god, he might actually go do something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then when this whole thing went down with the JAS, he stuck by Jericho. It's like, oh my god,
it was such a big step back, bro. And
exactly. That's what I said too. It was a step back for him. Getting back into that group was a huge step back for him.
Because he was convincing me that he was, he was about to have a pretty good run. Then he went back, and it was just like, why?
Yeah, like he should not been anywhere near the JAS, bro. Like Inner Circle shit, that's fine. Yeah. But JAS, bro. Like, you're in two different, like, it makes perfect sense for Jake Hager to be in both groups. Jake Hager's got nothing going on. Right. You're supposed to be a fucking pillar. Like, why are you doing this, bro? Like, it made no sense to me.
The pillars aren't even the pillars no more, if you ask me.
Oh, no. Pillars be changing, bro. Orange Cassidy's a pillar.
Yeah.
Max and Adam, shit.
Max and Adam. And Max definitely is still a pillar. But Adam, I don't know if I want to put Adam as a pillar.
Jack Perry ain't.
Jack Perry's not a pillar no more, bro. I say Darby's a pillar still.
I keep saying Ricky's more of a pillar than Perry is.
Yeah, but this company don't treat Ricky like a fucking pillar neither.
Orange Cassidy is a pillar. I don't care what nobody's
a fucking pillar, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
I say Jade Cargill's a pillar. You want to be real?
I wouldn't say so.
I would say Britt, but I know Khan would disagree with it.
Nah, she is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nah.
I'd say Britt too.
Nah, she is.
No. Fucking I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of good matches this week.
There were.
Joe and MJF was great. Ricky and Danielson. Asuka and Io had a banger match on SmackDown.
They sure did.
But this match, I'm choosing this match because I had that emotional attachment to it. Eddie Kingston is one of my favorites. I wanted him to fucking win and finally have them pull the trigger on him, and he finally got it. Eddie 2 belts, so I'm fucking happy about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Me and Nick both rushed to change our Twitter.
Yeah,
there's the same.
I saw he tweeted that he was no longer going to be doing like indie showings because of the fact that he's holding 2 championships and he wants to preserve his body, which is smart.
That's smart. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, this was almost mine, but I knew everyone was going to make it there, so I didn't want to make it.
Nah, I think Joe versus Max was about to be mine, and then changed it to we'll see. We'll get to it. Yeah, boom. Despite the finish, I really enjoyed this match.
Okay.
Really enjoyed this match, man. It was like exactly what I wanted. I love watching wrestlers that are really, really good at playing baby faces, but are also really, really good at playing heels. And these are 2 guys that are really, really good at playing both because, even when like they're good guys, if they're in the right setting, they can tap right back into that heel mode whenever they're in like a match, like a Texas Death Match or a match that just requires that much more aggression. I thought we saw a lot of aggression from Ricky Starks that we haven't really seen from him before. You know what I mean? Like biting Danielson in the head, and it looked like he like spit something out when he bit him in the head. And again, the finish took me out of it. But despite that, this was my match of the week. Joe versus Max was about to be my match of the week. Eddie and Claudio, Joe and Max, and Danielson and Starks are my. If we did like a top 3, those would be my top 3.
Yeah, I think this is the top 3.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. This was
man.
This is definitely
Joe was beating his ass, bro.
I was gonna say this basically went the way that you and I said, Con. Joe was dog walking his ass the whole time.
Joe was bullying him. Joe bullied the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna work. Yeah.
I mean I like it's Max, so he's gonna cheat, so that kind of sucks. But I do like it because makes Joe still look strong. And I did like that Joe shook his hand after because Joe was like, I'd have done the same thing. He got that little bit of respect from Max. Yeah, I probably would have done that too to win.
Yeah.
So
I would be totally cool with seeing these 2 run it back.
Oh hell yeah!
I would love to see them run it back.
I would love to see it again.
I want to see them run it back later. I don't really want to see it again right now.
I don't care when. I don't care when. Just give it to me.
I want MJF to kind of move on. I don't know who it's going to be for. Maybe
I love when you say that during SegsCon.
Come on, bro. Motherfucker.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah, you threw Nick off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Threw Nick off.
It was there.
All for the sake of a damn joke.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You said you wanted to see him move on.
Yeah, I want to see him move on and do something else, maybe to Roderick Strong, but I'm not really thrilled with that feud. But like, it's funny right now. But like, I'd much actually rather see him do more tag team stuff for a little bit, with the Ring of Honor tag titles right now, which he will at Wrestle Dream, so that's cool.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I definitely want to see this again. I just don't need to see it right now. I'd like to see Joe go defend his title somewhere else.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying this, but man, I fucking love Joe's ROH run. He is just so damn good. He always has been, but I am just loving this run. I wish he dropped the Ring of Honor TV title just because I don't feel like he needs that. I'd rather he's on AEW more. I feel like that's where he belongs. Is on AEW, not as
give him the international.
Give him the TNT.
Give him that TNT and let him fucking run that for a year or whatever.
He can run that shit for another year, bro. He can do all that shit.
I'm all for it.
He can be really the TV champion, bro.
He's killing it. TV champion. He's killing it right now.
Yeah. He's just so good right now. I love Joe.
Yeah. Big facts.
All right, fellas. Well, that was the show.
You know what we didn't talk about? We didn't put anywhere? The fact that the Bucks did exactly what we always say they do and just take some tag titles and just throw it on themselves. We never talked about it.
Wait,
they have the Ring of Honor Trios champions right now.
Do they?
Yeah. Them and Adam.
Them and Cole.
And
Paige. Them and Paige.
Yeah. Him and Hangman. They have the trios. They called the sixth man.
Since when?
Like
Collision. Since Collision.
Oh, it was on Collision. Yeah. Jesus,
yeah,
I must have missed that then. Oh, so you know what happened? So I was watching Collision Saturday night, and then because of fucking Sling is a bitch, bro. Let me tell you that. Sling is a bitch. So Sling fucked up. It just blacked out for me for a while, so I didn't go back to it. So when I tapped back in today, I just watched the Texas Death Match. I didn't even know. I didn't even see the okay.
Yeah.
I got
glad you told me,
bro. I got rid of Sling.
It might be time to move on, bro. Sling ain't it no more.
Bro, because honestly, for me, I was paying like $20 for Hulu anyway because I still watch Disney Plus and ESPN.
Yeah.
And then I was paying $40 for Sling. I might as well pay an extra $20 just to have it all in one thing.
Yeah, man. Sling is kind of trashy. So
yeah.
But it's better than cable. Because I have Sling too, and I ain't paying $180 for fucking cable for
fuck that too.
300 channels I'll never watch.
Fuck that.
But you can get $80 for Hulu, and just do that.
That's what you can do, cable companies.
Yeah, cable. Right, I got 2 words for you.
Right there.
Hey yo.
Okay.
Hey yo.
Yeah, right there.
All right, so let's talk about next week. Next Sunday is Wrestle Dream, October 1st. It is on at 8 p.m. So we are going to go on early. We will be on at 6 p.m. instead of 7. And we're going to do a prediction show.
6.
They're afraid of the 6.
Yeah.
Scared of the 6.
So we'll do a prediction show for that, and we might do a prediction show too for Fastlane if they fucking announce the matches, because nothing's announced yet. But that
I
is
think it's like one match
at the
is
speed of
announced.
life, and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the gas tank. I don't really know what I'm betting. Joy till I rock and ride till I die.
Right in the fast lane. Pedal
to the metal. Pedal to the metal.
They really haven't announced any matches for that shit, huh?
I love that.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, they announced it. Wait for Wrestle Dream?
You know that song, Hambo? Fastlane.
Oh, Fastlane. Yeah.
That's an old
Eminem
Race 5 Night song.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Shout out.
Anything else?
That is it.
All right.
Living life in the fast lane. Let's see.